The storm howled as Elena clung to the slick railing of Pietro's weathered fishing boat, her breath caught between terror and exhilaration. The night was a blur of salt spray and lightning flashes, illuminating the jagged cliffs that framed the town she'd grown up in. She thought of the stories her grandmother used to tell, whispered warnings about the cursed wreck beneath the waves. A chill ran down her spine, though the wind was warm with the electric charge of the storm. Pietro stood at the helm, his wiry frame hunched against the tempest, muttering under his breath. Elena strained to hear him over the roar of the sea, but the words were unintelligible, like a prayer in a language too old to recognize. When he abruptly abandoned the wheel and grabbed a bundle from the deck, she froze. "They won't let us take it," he shouted into the chaos, his voice breaking with fear. Or was it defiance? Without another word, he leapt overboard, vanishing into the frothing waves. Elena ran to the side of the boat, scanning the water for any sign of him. "Pietro!" she screamed, her voice lost to the storm. But the sea offered no answer. Just as she was about to grab a lifebuoy, she caught sight of movement beneath the waves. Shadows, too large and too fast to belong to any fish or shark. They swirled with unnatural grace, their forms just beyond the grasp of understanding. Her stomach turned as one passed close enough to brush the underside of the boat, causing it to shudder violently. The sound it made was low, almost mournful, like a deep hum reverberating through her bones. Terrified, Elena stumbled into the cabin, slamming the door behind her. The small space was cluttered with nets and tools, but her eyes locked on the antique pocket watch lying on the table. She picked it up, the metal cold against her fingers despite the humid air. The intricate engraving on the back caught her eye. Generale Vittorio Galli, 1943. Elena's blood ran cold. Vittorio Galli had been one of Mussolini's most trusted generals, declared missing, presumed dead during the war. Whispers in history circles hinted at his involvement in the looting of priceless artifacts across Europe, treasures meant to fund the Axis war machine. Could this watch have been aboard the sunken ship? And how had Pietro come by it? The storm quieted by dawn, the sea turning eerily calm. The boat drifted ashore, battered but intact, as if it had been placed there by unseen hands. Elena disembarked, her legs trembling as she stumbled onto the beach. She clutched the pocket watch tightly, its ticking impossibly steady despite the night's ordeal. The town was unnaturally quiet when she arrived. Normally bustling with fishermen and traders by this hour, the harbour was deserted. But as she gazed out over the water, her breath caught in her throat. Emerging from the mist like ghosts were dozens of fishing boats. Their sails hung limp, the wooden hulls eerily pristine, as though they had just been built. Yet each one was empty. No signs of life, no nets, no crew. They moved in unison, as if guided by an invisible hand, heading directly toward the harbour. Elena stood frozen, the pocket watch ticking loudly in her palm. The town's church bell tolled in the distance, a haunting chime that sent shivers down her spine. She couldn't shake the feeling that the boats were not empty at all, that whatever had claimed Pietro, and perhaps countless others, now sought the shore. If this tale's got you hooked, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.